I think it's Cordero stuff.
Oh, interesting. That's curious.
I may have completely made that up, but I don't know.
That wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah. But yeah, back to the Bengals. They could go 14-2, but then lose their opening playoff game of the division round at home by like 30 because they're the Bengals.
That's exactly it. They're the Bengals. They're the Bungles. That's what they do.
Marvin Lewis never won a playoff game, been to the playoffs like 7 times or something ridiculous like that. Mm-hmm. Andy Dalton 0-3 in the playoffs, hasn't thrown – he has 1 touchdown, like 6 picks. I don't know the stats in front of me. I might be making that up too, but sounds good. But if you say something with enough confidence, people will think it's truth.
That's true. They will believe you if you believe yourself.
I think my sources say that Ryan Fitzpatrick has a compromising tattoo underneath his beard.
Okay.
Not sure if it's swastika. Probably not. That's a little extreme. I don't want to put out that vibe.
When did he get this tattoo? When, as an adult? Because he's 30 now? 31?
Yeah, people get chin tattoos all the time, Claire.
All the time. Just random people are constantly getting chin tattoos. Oh my God.
Compromising chin tattoos.
You're crazy.
I
don't even have an answer.
Speaking of crazy and compromising, we have the anonymous quotes from the Dolphins defense as they got rocked down in Miami 34-15 by the Chiefs somehow. And they didn't really care for defensive coordinator Kevin Coyle's game plan. And a lot of anonymous, hiding behind anonymous, Dolphins defensive players came out and said, game plan, not so great. And it really annoys me when players come out and sort of knee-jerk criticize game planning, officiating, coaches, etc., especially when did the game plan specifically say, hey, let's not tackle Niall Davis today? Huh? Or let's resurrect the career of Joe McKnight.
Right. That's what Adam Beasley of the Miami Herald was reporting. Some Dolphins defensive players, unnamed, were irate with Kevin Coyle's game plan and the loss to the Kansas City Chiefs. So, just wondering.
Is Cortland Finnegan still in Miami?
Yes.
I bet it was Cortland
Finnegan. You mean Cortland Finnegan?
What, is there some sort of
I'm going to play this joke until I die.
What?
No, because he's Cortland Finnegan because Andre beat the F out of him.
Yeah, he did.
He did, and that was awesome. That was the awesomest thing that ever happened in Texans history, and that is why our organization is sad.
Hey, it's okay. At least Andre Johnson can throw some actual man punches. It's not like that little hissy fit that Drew Brees made after Captain Munderland roughed him, quote unquote.
Oh my god! The
little hissy fit slap fight towards Blanton, who had nothing to do with it.
It's like he had his elbows up next to his chest, and his hands were just going, slapping at him. It was so funny.
No, I want to say, I almost want to quote Jim Harbaugh when Clay Matthews took a swing at someone. Just like, oh, if you're going to fight someone, you got to bring some knuckles. I mean, come on, Drew. I know that your moneymaker is that right hand, and that's probably your dominant hand, and you don't want to bust your knuckles on Blanton's helmet, but you can't come out there and do the limp-wristed little sissy slap. Get in someone's grill and actually manhandle them if you're going to do something.
And you know he can yell because anytime they have the Saints pregame on, he's always doing, oh, crap, interception, Bears, woohoo. I'm sorry, this is Monday night. We're recording live. And so touchdown, pick 6. That was really cool, though. Anyway, but you know that he has, some bravado, some gravitas. He can, handle a crowd and be authoritative. What happened in that little hissy fit fight where he just looked like a 6-year-old girl going at her big brother?
Yeah, I don't know. And plus, he was – now, I'm pretty objective about the call. I know that some Vikings fans were like, oh, that call cost us the game. It didn't really. It would have given us a lot of momentum, as it was still only 13-9 at that time, and it was a 3rd and long spot. We would have gotten the ball back with good position, and Teddy was starting to move the offense. But It was a pretty thin call. Like, I wouldn't call it egregious, but then again, Munderland is a small dude. He's even smaller than Drew Brees, and he had Brees wrapped around the waist and had no momentum. And so how do you tackle someone, a larger opponent, in that spot, besides try and hip check him? It wasn't a body slam. It wasn't a suplex like all the headline porn is, but I thought it was a perfectly fine tackle. And if they didn't call it, I don't think a lot of people would have gotten too upset. But since they did, a lot of Vikings fans are upset.
Well, I mean, okay, and you have a right to be upset, but, you can always second guess things all you want. If the team overall is going to play as well as the team can play, one event is not going to change the outcome of the entire game. Unless the game is that close to start with. Okay,
I know,
that's the exception.
That one was pretty big because the Saints pretty much just marched down the field and scored the dagger touchdown after that point. Because it was kind of a weird game, just going back to Vikings and Saints, because that's how I roll. That Saints only scored 3 times, punted 4 straight times, except on each of the 3 touchdowns, except for that last one with the penalty, it was pretty much just hot knife through butter straight down the field. But then the 4 possessions in between, Vikings defense, they're pretty eyed against them. And, it's kind of weird. I know because that sack, that roughing the passer call was the last play of the third quarter. And it was a big call that determined the outcome of that game, I think, because it's a really big inflection point. Vikings would have gotten the ball back only down 4 with all the momentum. The Superdome was kind of taken out of it, the atmosphere. Even in the home opener, the Vikings kind of shut them up. And that's why I'm not a believer in moral victories, but there is a lot of positives take out of that win, because after the first 2 drives, I thought we were going to lose by 56.
Oh, well, I didn't see the whole game, so I guess maybe so. So at least it wasn't a blowout. Yay! Yeah, it was good for me, actually.
Speaking of blowouts, smoothest bottom segue, the Falcons blew out the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, which feels like 3 weeks ago, last Thursday, and it 56-14, and it did not appear that close. I really wish the Falcons would have gone for the NFL record, which was 73-point victory, but they did not. They let off the gas.
I mean, really, if you're going to do it, you know what? They did, because you put TJ Yates in there. And I'm sorry, he has learned under the school of Matt Schaub too long, and I don't think he knows how to not be an interception machine. We saw it in the preseason. We've seen it when he played this season. He turns the ball over. And so if you would have just kept Matt Ryan in there, you could have really actually made things happen. That would have been fun.
Except then if Ryan randomly gets rolled up and tears an ACL or blows out an Achilles at 56-0, Atlanta would burn, and I don't mean General Sherman.
No, I hear you. You're absolutely correct, and it's not the smart thing to do, but it would have been fun for the rest of us. I mean, I don't care about Atlanta. Whatever. That's the game. Things happen, but I guess I can see as a conservative coaching perspective, you don't really want to put your star QB out there. Whatever. Fine. Be conservative.
Yeah. Why can't they just chuck it like Houston did to SMU back in the late 80s, Andre Ware, where they put up 95 points?
Right? Those were the days. And I kind of like to see, not that I'm anti-Tampa Bay. I do like Lovie Smith a lot. But ever since, and I know it's not his fault, it's no one's fault but this guy, but Greg Schiano, when he did that whole basically bum rush Eli Manning when they're in the victory formation. Yeah, dude. Ever since then, I just kind of wanted Tampa Bay to get a little bit of their own medicine. So maybe it's a little vitriol on my part.
I do kind of feel bad for Leslie Frazier. Did I ever explain to you why Leslie Frazier's nickname is Butt?
No.
Yeah, not like B-U-T-T like an ass, but like B-U-T like butt.
No, I didn't know.
It's because people always say, Leslie Frazier is such a gentleman, such a kind man, but he's a terrible person.
Well, some people are not supposed to be in charge.
I didn't even think Leslie was that great of a defensive coordinator here in Minnesota.
Oh,
before
you know
he got
Minnesota
the
much
job.
better than I do, so. Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
Bad, huh?
Yeah. And speaking of bad,
hey, how's your special teams going?
They're all right.
Marciano.
No, Prefer's back.
He's not screwing you guys over? Oh, okay.
No, because Prefer's back, yeah. Hey, we blocked an extra point. That was the highlight of the day. And Blair Walsh didn't get a field goal block, so hurrah. Speaking of doing stuff, Stephen Tulloch did some stuff as he ended up tearing his ACL Bill Grammatica style, celebrating a sack in the Detroit's win over Green Bay. And this is endlessly funny. And plus, it really helps out my cause since Tulloch was the leading tackler for the Lions last year and was headed in that direction this year as well, is the team captain. I feel bad for him, but it is a kind of a funny way to get injured.
You know, this is the first time he's been injured in 9 years of playing. And that's a long time in the NFL. That's over twice the average career.
That's only about a third of London Fletcher's career. Come on.
Well, that's true. London Fletcher has been playing for like 5 decades or so. But yeah, he tears his ACL. And so you feel really horrible for the guy. But at the same time, that's your player. You're kind of like, geez, why? Calm down. You're not 21 anymore. You can't just jump around like it's not going to have some ramification. You're a grown-ass man. So you sacked Aaron Rodgers. Whatever.
Yeah, it's like
act like you've been here, bro.
It's like the Texans defense operating without Brian Cushing. Oh, wait, they do that all the time because he's always hurt.
Always. But then we lose. Then you watch our defense crumble. So I hope that doesn't happen to the Lions. But if it does, it does.
I really hope the Texans don't lose 14 straight games.
He's trying to do the discount double check. Why is that even something that you would find amusing?
Because it's mathematically possible. Because it's mathematically possible.
Respect my feelings. I don't think you don't respect my emotions. I think you enjoy seeing me in turmoil.
Well, if you guys end up with the number 1 pick again, you can get Jameis Winston at the top of the second round. Hello. Number 33.
I'm not taking Jameis Winston.
Not even in the top of the second round if he came out.
No, we would take Mariota in the first round. What's wrong with you, bro?
Number 1 overall, except he'd want to wear number 8, and that can't happen in Houston.
Is that his number?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, he is number 8.
No, we're going to have a talk about that. That's all. That's all. It's going to be okay.
You can't ask the kid to switch his number because that might have some deep-rooted meaning and significance to him. No, well,
maybe it doesn't.
All right, so I don't know anything about his backstory, but what if he wears number 8 because his mama raised 8 kids all by herself and worked 3 jobs just to survive and slept half an hour a night, and he was the 8th kid, and so he wears that 8 to honor his mother, and he goes number 1 overall to the Texans, and he gives Goodell a big hug up on stage at Radio City Music Hall or wherever the hell they're moving the draft this year, and he wants to wear number 8. But he can't because of your issues.
It's not my issues. It's a whole city's issues.
David Carr and Matt Schaub are the reason Marcus Mariota can't have nice things.
He'll get a $1 billion contract. He just needs to change his number.
Now with the rookie wage scale.
It's not that serious. Okay, he'll be fine. You know what? He's going to be okay.
Will you implore his mother to have a 9th child so then he can wear number 9? Oh, wait, no, that's
How about if he's number 1 because he's the richest one in his whole entire family? Just be number 1. You're number freaking 1. You're the most illustrious member of your entire lineage. Be number 1. It's your destiny, Marcus.
It really irks me when quarterbacks wear number 1.
Why? Warren Moon wore number 1. What's your problem with Warren Moon? Warren Moon was a stud.
No, Cody Carlson was better. Warren Moon was assistant quarterback.
Bite me.
I gotcha. I forgot that is a player that we have in common.
I'm on my way. You need a swirly.
Oh, please. Oh, where
It's
we're
War
talking